what is the minimal effective dose with regards to workouts and gaining muscle? Because I know it relatively few workouts on a weekly basis are needed to maintain muscle, right? But what about when it comes to gaining?
There are many ways to answer that question that are contextually dependent. But the simplest answer is, if you're hitting whatever muscle groups you would like to make bigger or stronger, if you are robustly targeting them with resistance training twice a week or more, you're in the zone. You're good in almost all cases. If you hit a muscle once a week regularly, in many cases, probably most, you're still good. You're still making gains. But that workout's got to be real tough. So it really is like 1 to 2 workouts a week for whatever muscle you're talking about. And if you do whole body program, 1 to 2 sessions per week total, workouts total per week, is in the conversation for at least maintenance for most people and gains for many people. Now, if you're more advanced, if you're older, if you're female, it might take a little bit more. In some cases, if you've been lifting for a while, you're in your 50s, you're a female, 3 days a week might be the only thing now keeping you going forward, making progress. 2 days a week might be like just maintenance at this point. And 1 day might be maintenance in the term of months, but in a term of years would be a slow regression. So that's kind of the landscape as I see it. And again, like, these aren't huge numbers. So if someone is entering the fitness world and wants to put on some muscle and lift weights, my recommendation is usually like, try 2 workouts a week, whole body, 1 on Monday, 1 on Thursday, or something like that, evenly split through the week, roughly, and just cook in that pot for as long as you're getting those gains. And it literally could be years. But for many people, after some number of months, they're like, I really like working out. It is changing my body. And if they do that whole talk to ChatGPT thing about working out, and it'll be like, am I going to get better results if I train 3 or 4 or 5 days a week? It's going to be like, yeah, look, by some measure, absolutely. And then like, well, I like this. It's giving me this great physical benefits, health benefits. My physique is changing. I'm going to try to go to 3. And then for a few months, they'll do 3. And if they catch the fitness bug, they do 4 and 5 and 6. And if they don't, and it's like, this is a great thing, but I have children, I have a wife, I have a career, I have everything else, 2 to 3 times a week. I'll put it another way. If all of the United States of America and the grown adults within it started religiously training with weights 2 to 3 times a week, we would have a revolution of fitness and health, such that if they all trained 4 or 5 times a week, the difference between those would be like kind of the difference between Germany and Sweden in standard of living. Like, really dig through the data to see the kind of differences. And they're contextual and nuanced, and it's not always the same thing. Germany's good at some things, Sweden at some others. But it's not like, Sweden compared to like Yemen or something, where it's like, what's better in Sweden? Everything, writ large, everything. Maybe the sun's not as bright and you can't get as good of a tan. That's it. So 2 days a week is just awesome. Again, with rough consistency. So if some weeks you don't come in, no big deal. Some weeks it's just once a week that you make it. Hey, you're maintaining.
2 days a week, assuming a full body workout on both of those days?
Correct. Mostly because 2 sessions per week, 2 stimulative sessions per muscle per week is kind of a big jump in ROI from 1, such that, and this is a not so common mistake, I suppose a little bit common. It's not a big deal, but some people be like, 2 sessions, right? You're like, yes. Per week, yes. Okay, let me do 1 upper body, 1 lower body. You're like, because that's just 1 time a week for each. Your muscles don't talk to each other much, so your chest won't grow if you trained your legs that day and vice versa. So if it is twice a week that you're training, whole body, or all of the muscles that you care about training, should probably be hit both times, with slightly different rep ranges, definitely some different exercises, maybe even some different cadences and stuff, just to keep it spicy. And then you're golden, and you're in that conversation for just getting really, really good results. And once you're in that conversation, you've built habits and practices that get you good results, then optimizing and altering is both a problem that is minor in scope and increasingly more tractable and understandable for you. Once you know what proper lifting is like and you've done it for a while, someone's like, oh, you train 2 days a week, right? What about 3? Do you want to try 3? You're like, oh, yeah, totally. I actually know exactly how I would do that. Versus if someone came in on their first day, you're like 2 or 3 days a week, like, I don't know. Can I have my lawyer present for this conversation? You have no idea. Is one like way better than the other? It's not even like that at all.
Hey, if you liked that video, you need to check out this one here, and I'll see you there.